Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, you know it is, coming at you guys back again once again with a brand new video, and I wanted to present you guys with a different kind of video. I know I said that I was going to be presenting you guys with a Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon data mine video, but I wanted to take a much more creative approach and give you guys the kind of video that I have not done in a long time, and that's going to be a top list video. Don't get that twisted, I said top list, not top list. As you see, I'm kind of wearing a sweater here and I'm kind of covered up. I mean, we're not MegaCrashers as the shirtless maniac. Oh, hell to the no. This is going to be a much more formal and fun video, but what we got going on here, guys, is going to be a top 5 list of Gen 7 Pokemon that got buffed to the 9s in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I just gotta say that this list was so difficult to narrow down. I had to enlist the help of my friend Jason to help me out with this. We had 14 picks, and we narrowed it down to 5. And I'm just like, okay, man, this right here is like the creme de la creme up in this. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. Keep in mind also that this is more opinion-based than anything else. But if you guys have anything that you guys would like to add to this list, then be sure to sound off in the comment section down below and tell me Pokemon that you think deserve to make it to another top list when it comes to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon buffs. So, with that said, be sure to smash that like button, and if you're new here, then turn on post notifications as well as subscribe, so that way you don't miss an upload, because YouTube does have this glitch where you are not going to be able to have all of your videos published in your subscriber sub boxes. So turning on notifications will be the best way to do it, but sometimes that can be a bit flawed because people end up missing notifications. But notifications is one step closer to make sure that you do not miss an upload. So with that said, let's commence with the list. So ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 5, we have Beware, and I just gotta say, beware of how amazingly crazy this Pokemon is going to be with these buffs right here. Now, this Pokemon, in my opinion, was already pretty damn good in Sun and Moon, especially with its stats, ability, and the move pool that it has, but thanks to the fact that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has blessed it with some amazing moves via Move Tutor, I've got a feeling that this Pokemon is going to be even more of a nightmare. I mean, as you see right here, a few examples would be the fact that it now gets access to Iron Head, which is tremendously amazing for Fairy-type Pokemon that happens to be weak against. Up next, we got Zen Headbutt to counteract its Fighting-type weakness, and last but not least, we got the almighty Drain Punch. I'm like, Drain Punch? Are you actually kidding me? This thing gets Drain Punch. And see, you want to know what the beautiful thing about all this is that this Pokemon actually now has reliable recovery in the form of Drain Punch. So, I mean, you could literally run an all-out attacking set with Assault Vest, buff this thing up to the 9s with Drain Punch, because this thing is going to be getting some really solid health back thanks to the fact that it has a base 125 attack, which is ridiculously high. And imagine if Drain Punch hits for super effective damage. Yeah, you're going to be getting back a lot of HP. Not to mention with Assault Vest buffing up your special defense by 1 stage. That's going to be something. And not to mention with Fluffy buffing up your defenses and only making you have an extra weakness to fire. That is actually really, really solid. So, I mean, Beware, in my opinion, is going to be a Pokemon that you should definitely watch out for in the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon competitive scene. So, coming in next at number 4, we have Incineroar. That kind of rhymes, actually, but I'm no rapper. But what we got going on here with Incineroar is that this Pokemon already from Sun and Moon was a pretty solid threat in its respective tier when you are playing Smogon tiers for Pokemon Showdown. Now, if you thought that Incineroar was something special, man, wait until you see this, because thanks to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, this individual now has access to some crazy moves to make it even more of a threat. Not to mention its ability, Intimidate, the hidden ability that has not yet been released. Once it gets released, man, woo! This Pokemon is going to be a very intimidating threat in the competitive scene. But getting to the moves, it now gets access to Thunder Punch, which gives it a fighting chance against its weakness being to water types. It gets access to Drain Punch, which means that this Pokemon can run an effective bulk up Drain Punch set. And the last move it gets access to is the oh-so-coveted knockoff move. Holy cow, man. That is just absolutely fantastic. Knockoff with Drain Punch, with Bulk Up, and maybe Flame Charge, or something rather like that. This Pokemon is going to be a very, very threatening force. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing got moved up to underused in my opinion, because this Pokemon having access to those moves, those 3 moves by itself, giving it tremendously good type coverage, and not to mention it's got really solid stats, really solid typing, and a really solid hidden ability that is yet to be released. And not to mention, with Incineroar being one of my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon, is truly a amazing gift in my opinion that this thing ended up getting buffed to the 9s with just these 3 moves right here. So let's go ahead and let's give Incineroar the standing ovation that it deserves. Otherwise, it's going to Darkest Lariat us into oblivion. So coming in at number 3, we have Lurantis. Now, this Pokemon in my opinion does not get enough love. But with this right here, with the buff that's going to be getting in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, all those doubters, all of those people that did not give it any love, well, they're likely going to be giving this thing a much-deserved second chance, because what we got going on here, it gains access to 2 tremendously useful moves, being a Knockoff, which is very spammable, which removes the held items of your opponents, and Superpower. And you're thinking, whoa, wait a second, why the hell are you praising Superpower? Doesn't it lower the attack and defense by 1 stage? Technically speaking, yes it does, but are you forgetting it gets Contrary, which is an ability that reverses stat changes, which basically means that Superpower is essentially going to be a built-in Bulk Up equivalent kind of move, which allows for it to boost its attack and defense by 1 stage. That is incredible, not to mention with the fact that it has access to Leaf Storm too. I mean, this Pokemon can be a very, very effective mixed attacker, it can be an effective special attacker, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it can very much be a very effective physical attacker. So, be warned, ladies and gentlemen, because this thing is now coming for you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so coming in at number 2 is a very solid Pokemon known as Passimian, and I say very solid because thanks to the fact that it gets access to these set moves right here, it's going to be even more of a solid Pokemon. Not to mention, we have yet to wait for its ability Defiant to be released, which, with all of the defog spam that's going to be taking place, I mean, this thing is definitely going to be a very, very scary switch-in for defog spammers. But we're not talking about defog spammers and abilities and all that stuff. No. We are talking about the moves that it gets access to via Move Tutor. Now, it gets a ton of new moves, but we narrowed it down to 4 picks, and 4 very, very strong and viable picks at that. That being the fact that it gets access to Iron Head, which is going to be punishing Fairy-type Pokemon. But if you think that isn't punishing enough, it gets access to Gunk Shot, which is going to just absolutely murder Fairy-type Pokemon. Up next, we got Drain Punch. This thing getting Drain Punch. You have got to be kidding me, man. This is going to be absolutely incredible. And last but not least, it gets access to the so amazing Knockoff, which is that is just absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I am just honestly so happy right now. You can't see it, but I am so happy to see that Passimian is definitely going to get a huge buff to the 9s when it comes to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon's release. Now, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, wait until its hidden ability Defiant comes out, because what happens is, whenever it has one of its stats lowered, then its attack stat is going to get buffed by 2 stages, and Defog happens to lower your evasiveness, so yeah, wrap your head around that sort of insanity. Holy cow, man. Woo! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so coming in at number 1 should honestly come as no surprise whatsoever, because we have Kommo-o. Now, on top of the fact that it has really solid typing offensively of Dragon and Fighting, 3 really solid abilities, and not to mention really solid and balanced stats, thanks to the buffs that it gets in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, is how this Pokemon got put so damn high on the list. I mean, this Pokemon now has become an elite, okay? So to start things off, it gets access to its own signature Z move, Clangora's Soul Blade, which turns Clanging Scales into its signature Z move, and after it is used, it buffs up all of its stats by 1 stage. That is incredible already. Not to mention, thanks to tutor moves, it now gets access to the elemental punches, being Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Fire Punch. It gets access to Drain Punch. Bulk up Drain Punch, anyone? I mean, this is just ridiculous. Not to mention, it gets access to Stealth Rocks as well, so this right here could be an effective Stealth Rocker plus 3 attacks, and just go all out, all balls to the walls, man. And up next, we have Iron Head, which is a very, very solid move to deter Fairy-type Pokemon from coming in and trying to take advantage of your 4 times weakness to Fairy-type moves. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to an upgrade in its natural level up learn set, it gets access to close combat. Oh man, you have got to be joking me, man. Whoo! Whoa, man alive. This Pokemon, it would not surprise me if we saw this get some respectable play in the OU tier if you play by Smogon rules. But I already think that this Pokemon is badass enough as it is. But given the fact now that it has all this crazy shit going on, it's got its own signature Z move, it has a ton of new tutor moves to make use of. It has a very solid fighting type stab in close combat that it now gains via level up in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I mean, what more can you ask for in a badass pseudo-legendary Pokemon like Kommo-o? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I certainly hope you guys enjoyed the video. A bit of a different and more creative approach. I mean, like I said, I was going to do a Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon data mine discussion video, but I'm like, no, wait, hang on a sec. I want to do a kind of video I have not done in a long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed the way that I did it here, and who knows, ladies and gentlemen, there may be more top list videos when it comes to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon buffs. Now, I went over Gen 7 Pokemon, so I think that just answered my own question right there. I'm actually going to be going backwards per generation, so next top 5 video will be of Gen 6, so be prepared for that. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications if you are new here, because as I said at the beginning of the program, YouTube does have this glitch where it doesn't always publish your videos in your subscriber sub boxes, so turning on notifications would be the best way to go about it, but sometimes that can fail. So if you guys happen to follow me on Twitter, then that is where you would get your 100% reliable notifications as well. So with that said, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Much love to you guys, and I will see you next upload. Subscribe, support, stay positive, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, keep it 100. So have a good night, all.